Hi everybody, my name is Shana. Today we are going to spend 30 minutes focusing just on the lower body using just your TRX suspension trainer. We are going to do the basics, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be easy. During our 4-set progressions of these different exercises, I'm going to give you some options to make the exercises a little bit more challenging. After our warm-up, we're going to do sets of 30 seconds of work, followed by 30 seconds of rest. So you get a nice bit of time to rest and get ready to challenge yourself again in the next set. At the end of today's workout, we're going to do some hamstring curls to failure to test your lower body strength. And then of course we stretch. So let's get started with our TRX warm-up. We're gonna start with your standing rollout. I'm gonna have you take your straps to mid-length, stand facing away from the anchor point. Nice strong active plank on the balls of your feet, buns tight. Roll the hands out just a bit and bring it right back beneath your shoulders. To make this easier, you can take a little step forward. This should not be horrible. All we're doing right now is engaging your core. I want you to feel those butt cheeks nice and tight, like you're holding onto the winning lottery ticket between your butt cheeks and you don't want somebody to come and take it. And I'm actively pressing down into my handles. 10 seconds left here. Do you have that space between your ears and your shoulders? One more good rollout, not too far with the hands, just about eye level and back. Let's do your squat row combo. Straps stay at mid-length, stand facing the anchor point, drop your bum, squat, plank, row, big squeeze behind your shoulder blades, and plank. Alternating those two movements, bending your knees as low as they will let you go. We're gonna start with some squatting today, so you wanna make sure your hips and your knees are nice and mobile, and a big squeeze behind your shoulder blades to get your posture locked and loaded. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunge with Y-fly. My straps stay at mid-length. I'll be facing away from the anchor point. Franken plank position, arms straight out in front of me. I'm gonna take a nice big step forward with my right foot, bend the left knee, pressing into the handles, stand up. Now you don't have to bring that back knee all the way to the ground, but I do want you to feel a nice stretch through your hip flexors, those back muscles of your hips. I also want you really to press hard into the handles so you can feel your core engage. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more good one, and 1. Single leg hip hinges. My straps stay at mid-length. I'm gonna stand facing the anchor point, pressing down on the handles, balance on my right foot. Hinge forward, my left heel comes up as my arms dive forward, and reset. I'm trying not to set down my left foot so that I can focus on balance. Enjoy the hamstring stretch as you move in and out of this. Make sure your hips are square. That means if I draw a line from hip bone to hip bone, they'll be parallel to the floor. And you don't have to go all the way down. You can go just a little bit until you feel a stretch and stand back up. I'm really grounding with my right foot. Let's switch feet, keep going. Pressing into the handles by driving my hands down. You can feel your core engage. Hips stay square. Let me see that space between your ears and your shoulders. Again, I'm actively pressing into the handles, really reaching my right heel toward the back of the room. We've got 10 seconds left here. You're kind of ironing out those hamstrings with a nice stretch, but you're also getting some blood flow to them by making them work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lateral lunges, feet nice and wide, toes pointed directly forward. We'll see these later too. Bend your right knee, pull yourself up, and the left knee. Notice how my toes are pointed directly forward. This form will come in handy a little bit later when we do these lateral lunges as part of your workout. My chest is up tall and proud. I'm sinking my hips back, but really using the handles to focus on the stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more good one. Finally, your golfer's rotations. Hands belly button height, press down to feel your core engage. I'm gonna rotate all the way up, touch the ceiling. I've pivoted on my feet. I swing down and through in other direction. I want you to focus on actually rotating on your feet. I'm not moving them. They're both grounded, like I have a bolt going through each foot into the floor. I'm just pivoting and turning my body, getting a nice stretch through my chest and my hips. Let me do one more in the other direction. And reset. All right. We're moving into our first set. We're going to start with some TRX squats. Remember, we're doing 4 rounds of work. It'll be 30 seconds of work followed by 30 seconds of rest. So for your TRX squat, you want your straps at mid-length. On the newer straps, that's where gray meets black. You might have some straps where it's where those double hash marks are. You'll be standing facing the anchor point, hands out in front of you slightly, feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to sink your bum back as low as you can safely go. If you can get low, go for it. If you can't, don't. Only as low as your knees will let you go, and really squeeze your bum on the way up. You guys ready for this? TRX squats in 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down and back, sink the hips back, and pull yourself right back up. Now you decide how hard and how much you're going to use those handles. If you need to, you can really use the handles to lower yourself and pull yourself back up. If you don't need them as much, don't use them as much, but there's nothing wrong with it. Notice how I'm sinking straight back into my heels, but I'm not falling backwards, just straight down and up like an elevator. All right, shake it out. Here's what I want you to think about in the next set. As you stand up, imagine you're standing on a gigantic piece of newspaper. You can try this with me during the rest break if you want to. And the newspaper is all around your feet. You're standing on it. As I stand up, I want to try to tear the newspaper right between my feet. So I'm going to spread my feet apart as I stand up. That makes your bum work more. Bonus points. We're going in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As low as you can go. Tear that paper, stand up. Do you feel those glutes working? Lower down, again, as low as safe and comfortable for you, and bring it back up. Really pressing those feet apart to make the hips and glutes engage. And by doing that, we're actually helping your knee alignment with your squats too. And I'm really pressing into the floor and focusing on spreading the floor apart or tearing the paper with my feet. 3, 2, and 1. Now for our next set, we're still doing our squat series. We're going to do TRX single leg squats. If you want to stick with your regular squats, totally fine. Otherwise, I'm going to have you center your right foot to the anchor, same exact position. Option, you can keep your left heel in front of you, and we'll just unload the body weight that way. Or you can pick that leg up, but make sure you go straight down and straight up like an elevator, not backward and forward like an escalator. I'm going to leave my left heel down. Keeping my right foot grounded, I sink down and pull myself back up. But my back is still in that neutral position. Nothing has changed from that first 2 sets. My knee is tracking directly over my middle toes. I'm just doing more work with my right leg. You also don't have to go as low as I'm going. If this is what you got, do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let's do that other side. So now I'm going to balance on my left foot. And again, you can keep your right heel in front of you to unload your body weight, or you don't have to, but make sure as you lower down, you're going straight down. It kind of feels like somebody kicked your knee out rather than falling backwards. You see the difference? So I'm going to have you set your right heel in front or pick it up. I'm going to keep my heel down, chest is up tall and proud, hands out in front of me slightly. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Straight down. Again, as low as your knees and hips will let you go. And make sure you keep that neutral curve in your lower back. You're not letting your tail tuck under as you squat. My eyes are up at the anchor or even straight out in front of me. And my shoulders are falling away from my ears. You can see those long dangly earrings hanging down. Keeping the left heel grounded, really pressing into the floor, feeling your bum. 3, let's do one more good one. 2, and 1. Good. A little bit of a break here, and then we're going to do a lunge series. You've got a minute break, so grab some water, give your legs a second, and then we're going to do a series of lunges. And remember, as we progress in these 4-set progressions, you don't have to do the more challenging option. You can always stick with what we started with as well. All right. Our lunge series, we're going to start with our step back lunges, our TRX step back lunges. My straps are still mid-length. I'm standing facing the anchor point. You still have 30 seconds. I'm going to start with my left foot centered to the anchor. I step my right foot back, bend my knees, again, elevator, straight down, 90-90, and step back together. That's it. When people hold onto the straps, sometimes they do this, or they lean back. Imagine you're not even holding the straps and you're just using it for a little bit of posture. We're going in 10 seconds. Roll those shoulders down and back. Standing on that left foot, make sure it's centered to the anchor. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Step back, right leg back, 90-90. Step together, same leg. Right leg's going back. Really squeezing your right bum and your left bum. I do want your eyes up, but I do want you to take a quick peek to make sure the left knee is tracking over the middle of your toes. And I'm still using my arms a bit, especially to make sure my shoulder blades are engaged. As I set that right leg back, I go straight down, 90-90, straight up, 2 and 1. Shake it out, 30 seconds. Then we'll play the same game on the right leg. Or if you started on your right, then you're gonna switch to your left leg. So my hands are out in front of me a bit. Make sure you're not too close like this, because then when you need help from the straps, you have to go like this or fall backwards. So just have those hands out in front of you a little bit. Nice, strong posture. I'm gonna center my right foot to the anchor. Chest is up tall and proud. Now I'm gonna reach my left leg back. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Eyes up, 90-90, step it together. I'm really pressing my right foot into the floor, extending my hip on the top. Elevator down, elevator up, step together. I can still see those long dangly earrings. This is still engaged. Remember those standing rollouts where you felt your core turn on? We kind of leave it on for the rest of the workout after that. 10 seconds to go here. Down, press and drive. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you can either do the same thing again, or for our third set, when we go back to our left leg, we're gonna try a balance lunge. So let's get set up in that. We're going in 20. I step my right foot back in my step back lunge. I'm gonna lower down, but now pick up the back leg. That's what the bottom of your balance lunge looks like. And then you come up, and then you just hover, and then you come up. If that's too much, just do your step back lunges. Otherwise, let's get in a position for the balance lunge. Find your balance on your left foot, shoulders down. And here we go, lower down, hover the back leg, and pull right back up. Nothing should look different from those step back lunges. A lot of times people start to do this and donkey kick. I want you to lower down like an elevator and come right back up. If you can see yourself sideways in a mirror or on a screen, at the bottom of this balance lunge, your knees should still be at 90-90, and your chest and your torso should be straight up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. 30 seconds off. Let's get set up on the other side too here. So I'm going to have you balance on your right foot. Hands out in front of you a little bit. Step the left foot back for your step back lunge, lower down. Pick up the back leg. Don't change anything. Come right back up. That's your balance lunge setup. And that's what the whole movement should look like. We're going in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. Centering your right foot. Find that perfect posture. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Hover that left leg, squeeze your bum, drive it up. I'm really pressing my foot into the floor, extending the hips forward. Chest is up tall and proud, and it's okay to use your arms. In fact, it's quite impossible to do a balance lunge with proper form and not use your arms or the straps. 10 seconds here, really pressing that foot into the floor, fully extending your hips forward. 3, 2, and 1. We got a minute, then we're gonna move into our TRX front squat. This is a really fun one. I enjoy the front squats. The trickiest part of this though, I still have 45 seconds, is getting your handles and your straps in your armpits. So I'm gonna have you fully lengthen the straps. When we fully lengthen our straps, you wanna do both straps at the same time. So toggle down both barrel lock adjusters with your thumbs and then pull at the same time until it gets all the way long. It's so much easier to lengthen it that way than trying to do one at a time. Now I'm gonna stand facing away from the anchor, and you actually have to let go of the handle. So check it out, I'm holding onto the handles. I'm gonna let go and put the straps in my armpits. Now I'm standing facing away, my hands are glued at my rib cage. I walk back to a 45-degree angle, hands are bolted here, they never leave. I'm gonna bend my knees to 90, press the hips back, squeeze my buns, come back up. Here we go, we have 30 seconds. Bend the knees to 90, squeeze, find your plank. I am grabbing onto that lottery ticket on top. between my butt cheeks. My eyes are about 6 feet out in front of me for a neutral spine and neck. And I'm taking my time going through this movement. Don't need to go any lower than 90 degrees for this one. Shoulders are down and back. You really feel this one in your quads. Are you keeping your heels off the ground? One more good one. Take a break, 30 seconds off. If you did that right, you felt that here, and maybe in your calves a little bit too, but definitely a bit of a burning sensation. So that was our first set. We have 3 more sets of those. I'm gonna keep this pretty much the same for the first 3 sets, and then I'll give you a fun option for that final set. So we're going in 10 seconds. Let's get back into position. Straps in your armpits like a backpack. Hands bolted to your rib cage. Walk back to 45 degrees. Heels stay off the ground at all times. Bend the knees. Here we go. 90 degrees. Squeeze and press. Grab that lottery ticket. Bend and press. Eyes out ahead of you slightly. Shoulders down and back out of your ears. I can still see those long dangly earrings. I'm bending, squeezing, driving. My quads are working. My core is working to hold myself into this position. And of course those glutes are working, especially when I squeeze them on the top of the movement. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna do this again. My only little challenge for you here, maybe go a little faster, but don't change anything about the form. Same range of motion, same perfect plank between each rep. Just try to get maybe 3 or 4 extra reps in during this 30-second set. So fully lengthened, straps in those armpits, stand facing away from the anchor, walk it back to your 45-degree angle position, set your strong plank, tickle tummy abdominals, and bend those knees to 90. And here we go. It's like you're shooting out of a cannon at a circus and sticking that strong plank flying across all 3 rings. Squat and press. Picking up the pace. 15 seconds left. Full range of motion. Big squeeze on top. Down and drive. Ha! 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, we have 1 more set. Totally optional, but if you want to add a little bit of a jump to this, you're welcome to give it a shot. Don't feel like you have to. But for the jump, what I'm going to do is same position. I bend my knees and I do a little hop forward and back and bend my knees. Forward, back, bend. Make sure you bend those knees right when you land so you're not jarring your joints. All right, let's get into position. 45, hop or no hop, your choice. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up. Forward, back, reset. Bending the knees, absorbing at the hips, pressing through the floor. Chest is up tall and proud. Squeezing the buns. Thighs are starting to burn a lot. 15 seconds left. Oh. Are those knees tracking over your middle toes? And 3, 2, 1 more good one. Oh yeah, those are no joke. We got 1 minute off. We're gonna move into a fun combination. I mentioned we're gonna see those lateral lunges today. We're gonna start with just lateral lunges and then do some curtsy lunges. And then we're gonna put those together for a fun, easy but fun combo. Then we'll do your hamstring curls to failure, stretch, you're out of here. I know, I threw in that hamstring curl thing though. So for your lateral lunges, straps are at mid-length, stand facing the anchor point. You still have 30 seconds. I'm gonna have you start by stepping to your left. So same deal with your regular lunges. Your hands are out in front of you slightly, perfect posture. I'm gonna keep my left toes pointed forward, step to the left, and come back together. Making sure the inside leg stays totally straight, and I bend this left knee and sink my left bum back. We're going in 5, get in position, 4, 3 legs are still hurting from those squats, aren't they? And here we go, step to the side, bend the knee. Really keep your heel grounded. Pressing into the heel, chest stays up tall and proud. Step into the side, bring it back together. I'm actively pressing into that full foot. Chest stays up tall and proud. We've got 10 seconds to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds to recover. A couple of things to ask yourself before we start the other side. Did you bend that knee the second your foot landed? Were you constantly keeping those toes forward? Was your posture nice and tall and proud? And were you making sure to keep this leg straight? Sometimes people cheat by bending this one a little bit. Keep that nice and straight. All right, we're moving to the right. Straps at mid-length, stand facing. You're gonna take a step to the right. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big step to the right, toes forward, chest up. Now you can start to challenge that range of motion a little bit, sinking your hips down a little bit lower, and it's okay to use your straps to unload your body weight. I love the suspension trainer for lower body training because you're not having to deal with the full force of your body weight loading your joints. You can unload your joints by pulling on those handles, and it gives you a good posture check the whole time too. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna try what's called a curtsy lunge. So you're gonna center your left foot and you'll bring your right foot behind you. Set the foot down, bend your knees, do a curtsy. Look how my right knee is past my left heel though. And then I come back up. So I'm just stepping this right foot behind, curtsy, and back up. Chest is up tall and proud. We're going in 10 seconds. Curtsy lunges, keeping your left foot grounded. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. I'm reaching behind, bend, pull it back up. I'm actively pressing my left foot into the ground. Setting the right toe down, chest is up. That back knee, if possible, if you've got the range of motion in your knees, is almost touching the ground. But my chest still stays up tall. It helps if you look up at your anchor point. I know every once in a while you might want to check your knees, making sure that left knee is tracking forward. Really pushing to the left foot. 3, 2, and 1. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So center your right foot to the anchor. You still have 30 seconds, but we'll get you set up. My left foot reaches behind. I bend down. My left knee, again, goes past the right heel. Chest is up, and I pull back into that standing position. I'll bring the left leg behind, lower down, both knees bend, come back up. We're going in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. Center your right foot to the anchor. 3, 2, and 1. I'm reaching behind. Boom, and together. That left knee makes it past the right heel, and I'm bending both knees, curtsying properly. Chest is up tall and proud. Whew. I'm glad this isn't like a regular norm in society anymore, because this would get exhausting to do several times a day, wouldn't it? And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we're gonna keep your left foot planted, and we're gonna start with your lateral lunge on the right side. So my left foot's planted. I'm gonna do a right lateral lunge, and then a curtsy lunge by bringing that right leg behind. So my left foot's always grounded, and I'm going bink, balance, bink. We're combining those two exercises. Kind of fun to do these combos. So lateral lunge to curtsy lunge, plant the left foot, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, lateral lunge, whoop, set it down, curtsy, and then right back to lateral. So a lot of lateral movement, side to side movement, which is really good for your hips. Keeping the left toes pointed forward, chest is up tall and proud. Trying to challenge your range of motion if you're feeling a little bit more mobile in your knees and your hips right now. 5, 4, 3, one more lateral lunge here, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're doing the same thing on the other side. I know, a little bit of choreography there, right? Now I'm gonna keep my right foot planted, and I'm gonna start by doing a lateral lunge to my left, bending that knee, and then reaching my left foot behind and doing a curtsy lunge. So my right foot is glued to the floor, it never leaves. We're going in 10 seconds. Let's ground that right foot, and we'll start with your lateral lunge to the left. Chest is up tall and proud. 3, 2, and 1. Lateral lunge, sink the left bum back, and then reach this leg behind, bend both knees. Lateral lunge, chest is up, and then reach it behind, bend both knees. Shoulders are down and back out of my ears. As I step into that lateral lunge, is your left toe pointed directly forward? I hope so. When you come into your curtsy, is the left knee coming past your right heel? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get ready for our really big challenge of the day. This is our grand finale where the rest of your energy should land. We're gonna do your TRX hamstring curls, 1 set, as many as you can do. So let's bring your straps to mid-calf length. So handles go about knee height. All right, to double check mid-calf length, you have a seat. Make sure the foot cradles are dangling just above your toes, but they're not touching your toes. Now, I know there's a lot of ways to get your heels in the foot cradles, but I promise my way is the easiest. 2 fingers in each foot cradle. Hold it wide in a Christmas tree. Roll back, tuck your knees into your chest. Now drop those heels on top of your fingers and extend your legs out in front of you with your toes falling back towards your shins. Your head and shoulders are on the ground. 2 options for your hamstring curls to failure. Option 1, you keep your bum down, push down, and just drag in. Option 2, the harder option, you're gonna lift your bum up and do as many as you can with your hips up off the ground. All right, if you get done before me, totally fine, you can start your stretches. If I get done before you, keep going. Do as many as you can of these. And then join us for our stretches. You can just pause the video and then join us for some stretches later. All right, gang, I'm gonna get started. Toes back towards my shins, head and shoulders ground down, palms up. I'm gonna lift my hips up. Here we go, as many as you can. Keeping the hips up tall, full range of motion. Really pressing the heels down into the foot cradles. Have I mentioned I really don't like this exercise? It's so good for you though. Whew. Keep pushing down to lift up. Strong plank. Woo, I'm almost there. And 20 is my number today for those hamstring curls. If you're still going, keep going. If you're done, let's join me for a few awesome stretches. And make sure you write down that number too. So if you repeat this workout later, you can see if you can get a higher number next time you do it. We're gonna start with your seated figure 4 stretch. I'm gonna have you keep your straps where they are at mid-calf length and just scooch way back behind the anchor. My left leg is straight. I'm gonna cross my right ankle over my left knee and bend this left knee up, gently lifting my chest up toward the anchor. If you feel like you're crammed underneath, just scooch the whole operation back a little bit. Pushing my right knee away from my body, chest stays up tall. Inhale and exhale. If you wanna add on to this stretch, you can pick up the toes on the left side. You don't have to do that. Ooh. Kind of rock those hips side to side a little bit too. And let's switch sides. Extend your right leg. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Bend the right knee up. Gently lift your chest up tall and proud, letting your left knee fall away from your body. And I'm using these straps to engage behind my shoulder blades, find proper posture, and gently pull myself a little further into this stretch. If I want to add on, I can pick up the toes of the right side. You don't have to. I don't know if I should have done that. And keep breathing. Awesome. And slowly come on up. Unless you want to hold that longer, you're welcome to. I'm going to have you do your wide stance hip hinge, so you can keep your straps where they are. Stand facing the anchor. Walk it back with your arms straight out in front of you like you're water skiing, and get those feet nice and wide, toes pointed directly forward. Inhale, exhale, press your hands down, but press your hips back. So I'm not falling away. I'm creating a flat tabletop. And some gentle pressure on those handles. Your spine is in perfect alignment. You can feel a stretch in your hamstrings and in your armpits. Give me a few inhales and exhales here. And from here, you can bend one knee a little bit. Feel those inner thighs, those adductors, shifting side to side. We did a lot of lateral lunges today. A lot of work for those hips. And gently sway your upper body side to side. Still actively pressing down on the handles. Should feel really nice. And go ahead and stop that. Give me an inhale. Exhale, slowly roll that up one vertebra at a time. Finally, let's end with your chest and torso stretch. So we're gonna keep your straps where they are, but stand facing away from the anchor. Walk it forward into your T position. Those arms are straight out to the side, but one foot in front, the other foot behind, shoulders down, eyes up, actively pressing your arms apart. Let your shoulders just drop away from your ears. Now with this one, you want to be careful not to lean forward like this. I'm just gently pressing my arms apart and walking into that stretch. Now move back just a touch. I'm going to have you drop your right arm down, reach your left arm over the top, feeling a bit of a side bend. And then drop your left arm down, reach your right arm over the top. Another little bit of a side bend. Now let's step those feet together and give me a forward fold. Don't let go of those handles and take a bow. And just hang like a rag doll. Let your head relax. Feel that hamstring stretch. And slowly come on up. Give yourselves a hand. Wonderful job. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about some of our TRX lower body exercises. We cycled through 4 different rounds of work. We showed you how to progress those exercises, and we challenged your TRX hamstring curls. So when you visit me again for this workout, hopefully you can do at least 1, maybe 2 more reps of those hamstring curls. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I can't wait to see you again soon.